Hello, everybody. Well, nobody right now, but.
What to say? Like, you always do it.
This
like
filter, I know the filter never stays though, which is a problem. I want people to think I look like this all the time.
Kind of does.
No, I'm way more contoured with this filter. Hello, everybody. Why is it every time that Anastasia Christofi comments, I always see it? Girl, you got a good profile picture because it like stands out like among all the comments. I'm like, oh, there she is. So, hello, it's going great. How are you? OMG, hi. Paulie's here. Okay, so tonight we have Paulie Calafiore joining us. Super excited because not only is he a Big Brother former player, he's also a Challenge former player, but he's also one of my friends. So it'll be fun. All right, Paulie, I'm going to get you in. And see, just like that, the filter went away. So now I'm exposed. Now I'm exposed for all I am. Huh?
I think it's whenever it like resets or whatever.
Maybe. Paulie! What's up?
Oh, look at this conspiring witch.
It's bitch to you. I'm kidding. No, but witch is like that's a good PG way of putting it, I guess.
PG way, you know. I mean, I got to be careful when I choose my words, you know.
Yeah. Would you say that you're a conspiring bitch?
I mean, I think my resume speaks for itself.
Okay, so Paulie, we're friends, but I've never seen you on TV.
That's good. It's, I'm glad that that's how it happened, is because, you were able to actually meet the authentic version of me, you know, rather than just the savage, cutthroat person that just wants to stomp every competitor into the ground.
No, I never said that you weren't savage or cutthroat. I just said that I was on TV.
What was your first impression of our meeting? Jesus, I thought it was really nice.
Wait, when did we meet for the first time?
Wasn't it? It was with you and Nick and everybody in Vegas.
That was when we met for the first time?
Yeah.
Were we just like phone friends before that?
Well, yeah, I reached out to you regarding social media deals and all that stuff. And then,
I thought, I don't know. Oh, man, I'm so sorry that I probably put forth a bad first impression because I was in Vegas. For some reason, I was thinking that we had met in person before that, but I guess now that I think about it, we hadn't.
Did we? Yeah, no, we didn't.
We didn't.
We didn't.
But some people, like you feel like you've known them for a long time.
You know, I get that all the time. You know, when people meet me, they're like, I feel like I've known you forever. You know, like,
really?
and it's either like I hate you or I love you.
Well, I mean, I love you.
Wait, where's your boy though? I came on here for him. I can, like, as much as you and I are close, like I came on for, your co-host.
What's up, man?
Hey.
What's up, man?
Paulie, do not encourage him. But okay, did I not say though before this, Anthony? I said that y'all would be bros.
I think we would be friends.
Yeah, we'd totally be
anybody's
bros.
Benefit, but I think we would be friends.
Yeah, I mean, we're not saying that like other people would approve of it, but we'd approve of it. Like, it'd be cool.
Well,
like, it's just where it's at.
Would be good. It would be good for us. That's the most important part about it.
I mean, look, you got to worry about yourself first. You know, people say selfish people live longer.
Do they really?
I mean, no, Nicki Minaj said it in the movie, so I'm just, I just used it.
Sounds like something like
Nicki Minaj is a very reputable source, first of all.
I mean, Nicki Minaj in the movie that she was in, I mean, I feel like it was just very good screenwriting. So
wait, what movie was she in?
It was the one with like Cameron Diaz, and like it was like three girls get in, and one was married to this guy, and he had like affairs going on with like four different girls. Basically like a story of my life.
It was.
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, like, are you the one? Like, are you the guy, or are you
the movie based on a true story? Right.
Well, you just walked right into that one.
I set myself up for my own joke.
Yeah, man. 5 minutes in, and you're just giving it all away.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The hosts are supposed to be the ones that are quick with that. Come on. I expected better of you, Kat.
I know. Well, hey, no. First of all, okay, when I decided to do these Instagram lives, I wanted it, like, I was like, oh, it's super casual, but casual enough that I, like, made a graphic. So, like, like, not that casual. But then all of a sudden.
I made a graphic, so it's serious, but
Yeah,
It's kind of
it's
not
like,
that serious.
it's as
And let's be real,
casual as
Anthony
you can
made
get
the
before it
graphic.
gets serious. But the graphic was on like Canva, so it was easy. And I'm not a graphic designer, but like I thought it was gonna be fun, casual, whatever. Now that I'm like 3 weeks in, or I guess 4 weeks in, I don't even know what week I'm in. Everyone thinks I'm a professional. So you'll see in the comments, people are like, Kathryn, you're the worst host. Slow down. And I'm like, y'all, I never said I was a host. I just wanted to go on Instagram Live
Look,
with my
first of
friends.
all, I'm from New Jersey originally, so you may think you're speaking fast, but that's not fast.
You talk faster than me.
People from New Jersey speak faster than you. I've learned how to slow myself down, otherwise I'd be going a million miles a minute.
Okay. Do you know any raps?
I mean, yes.
Well, that you can like, because we're going to have a rap off, because I've been practicing one.
Okay, come on. That's not fair. You practice one song. What if I don't even know the lyrics?
No, it's not this. We won't do the same song. That's why I asked if you knew any
Oh,
songs.
okay.
But you could show off your fast talking with your rap, and then I could show it off with my rap.
Okay. Have you been practicing Godzilla by Eminem? Because you would win.
Oh, that. Is that bad? I feel like that.
Godzilla or Rap God, yeah.
No.
Yeah, Rap God.
I was practicing Nicki Minaj, Bottoms Up, actually.
Okay. That works. Not the first rapper I would have went to, but good.
Or that's the only one that I used to know that one. You know that I can't even remember. I'm not even gonna say it because I don't even want to fail it. But okay, well, let me know if you have something in your back pocket, and we like you say you talk faster than me, but we can judge this right now, right here, right now.
Well,
like right here, right now. So I thought the rap battle was going on later. Like you're saying that if I came out with the song right now,
who are you?
To
Are
rap
you James
about.
Corden? Do you have like little like bits that the people like Jimmy Fallon? Like, do you have little like bits that you make people do now?
No, but I should.
Is that that's it? You're coming up with your own, shtick. Everybody needs it.
I'm a professional host.
Instead of carpool karaoke, we've got rapping with Kat Dunn.
Cat raps.
Quarantine karaoke. Quarantine karaoke.
Quarantine karaoke.
Quarantine karaoke or cat raps. I like cat raps.
Dude, that would be
similar to cat naps.
Wow, that'll be fun. We are gonna do this.
It's happening.
Let me know. We'll answer some questions first, and then so be thinking of what rap.
Which rap I want to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I gotta think of a good one. I want it to be kind of like vintage. I want to go like vintage rap maybe.
Okay, what's that song that who sings it like look at me now? Look at me. What's the chorus of that?
It's Chris Brown.
Well, that's Chris Brown with Busta Rhymes.
Yeah,
what's it?
Goes off.
I used to know that by
yeah,
but what?
No.
Whatever. We'll address
the Busta Rhymes part?
Huh?
The Busta Rhymes part?
Yeah.
I can't rap that part.
No, it wasn't Busta. It was hold on.
It's like
Twista? Yeah.
He was a fast rapper also.
It was Twista.
No, it wasn't Twista.
No, but Look at Me Now is 100% Busta Rhymes in it.
Yeah. Do you know the words to that?
I mean, I know the Chris Brown parts, not the Busta Rhymes parts. He's very fast.
You just said that you talk faster than me. So is he fast? Like, are you faster?
No, I'm saying if I wanted to talk fast, I could talk faster than you. But like, there's different levels of fast rappers.
Just looking 527 goes, this is the widest live ever. We over here like,
whoa, come on.
Whoa, hold on a second. We have a minority here. This is bullshit. Don't you dare say that. Okay?
It's Manila.
And to be fair, Kat was the one who was trying to figure out the rap. Okay?
Yeah, it's whatever. I'll think about it later. Whatever. Okay, so neither here nor there. Paulie, how is your quarantine going?
My quarantine's going phenomenal. I'm very good at keeping myself busy.
What have you been doing?
I just have my routine. I get up, check my emails, make sure all the businesses are going okay. Then I work out, maybe go outside if it's not snowing. Make sure I'm cooking meals for the entire crew in here.
How many people are you quarantined with?
Just me and Cara.
Oh.
But making dinner for the whole crew here.
You were like feeding like dozens of people, and I was like, oh wow, it's like the hype house up in here.
We leave the leftovers outside in case anybody's hungry. In case the a lot of the animals here in Montana get hungry.
Well, you don't want to feed them food because then they come to your house and then you can't get rid of them.
I want them to come to my house.
Oh,
I want a buffalo. I want a buffalo on my front porch.
Because that could be one for the next year.
No, it could not.
Exactly.
Don't listen to him.
If you do it the right way.
Do you have buffalo around your house?
I mean, there's buffalo like 5-minute drive from our house. So, yeah, a lot of animals out here. It's good.
Yeah, it kind of depends. We have like bunnies. We have coyotes. And
coyotes are cool. We got like mountain lions. We get bears.
We have mountain lions. Bears. Dang.
Bears.
Gosh, you're going to leave your food out one night and you're going to be greeted by a bear.
I want that. I would love that. I would just be like, what's up, bro? Just bear, just hanging out, doing bear things.
I don't know if he would also be like, what's up, bro?
It depends how hungry he is. I don't know. I think it would be fun.
Well, I don't endorse this, but let me know how it goes. But okay, so I did have a question from this girl. Every time she comments, I always see her comments. And so it's so funny that she's the one that I have. Anastasia Christofi. She's like, I think she's like my best friend in the life.
She's your hype girl.
She's my hype girl.
Hype girl.
Anastasia asked.
Need a hype girl.
Yeah, right. So Anastasia asked, if you weren't on reality TV, what other career would you go into? Which I know this answer, but I want you to tell everyone the answer.
You know this answer? Well, I guess I haven't really spoken about I've never spoken about what I do off reality TV because I try and keep that pretty close to the chest.
Yeah. And we work together.
Well, exactly. Yes, we do work together. I keep everything I do off reality TV close to the chest because, as you know, the more that your castmates know about you, the more that they try and tear things apart. Actually, I didn't know that, Paulie.
Well,
it's just the unfortunate business that, you sign yourself up for on reality TV. So prior to reality TV, I was a fitness instructor and a soccer coach and had my own entertainment business. Mm-hmm. Once I started doing reality TV, I sold out of those things in Jersey and started online businesses. So now I just do online fitness, nutritional programming, and workout programming. And hello, can you see me?
Oh, no, it cut out. Hold on. Up there. It cut out for a second, but we're back.
Am I here?
Yep, we're here.
You're good.
And I launched my own talent management agency, and that is how you and I first got to talking because I reached out to you and I said, hey, Kat, who does your social media deals? Would you like somebody who knows how to handle those things? And that's honestly been going really perfect. Yeah, so everything's been a blessing. I work really hard on those things outside of reality TV. I'm not going to give away what my future plans are, but I have some really exciting things in the works. A lot of things being worked on right now.
Just so you don't tell us, because I don't want people to know. But tell me.
Well,
text me after.
I will tell you privately, but there's a lot of really cool things coming up, and I'm just trying to grow these businesses so that they become something residual and it runs themselves when I can go away and film. And everybody's got to realize you have a shelf life. Whether you like it or not, eventually your body's going to get to old,
Paulie, I refuse to believe this.
Oh man, everybody needs mailbox money.
That's it. I'm just trying to make enough money so that when my body starts getting old, I just start getting a lot of work done, and I look young forever.
See, that's what my plan is. The Kardashian effect. So how would you say that how would you say that reality TV has kind of helped put your career in this direction?
It just kind of made sense. Like the talent management stuff, just from talking to a lot of people who've come on and off of reality TV. Most people don't really have direction when they come off, right? So I wanted to start.
They kind of just spit you out there.
Right, like I kind of wanted to start a business where it was like the social media deals are great and all that stuff, and putting people in the right direction is a good thing. However, I really wanted to be able to coach people on like the whole influx of criticism, how to handle PR things, because I definitely have learned my mistakes on how not to handle PR things. So now I know how to handle things a little better. So just pointing people in the right direction on how they can help themselves out to stay out of trouble on social media, what things they can do in order to help take this following that they get and put it towards things that can generate residual income for themselves. So there's always a bigger picture. I mean, I talked to you when I first pitched you about it, where it's not just about the social media deals. It's about how can we translate that into residual income of what your overall goals are and how we build a brand around you. So my company's job is to build social media influencers' brands, and the deals are just a part that keeps them making money until they figure that out.
Which is so smart, because I mean, really, I mean, nothing against reality TV shows, but they really do just like spit you out and expect you to kind of figure it out on your own. And then there's of course a lot of people that have been on reality TV and they feel like they already have it figured out, so then they just kind of, they don't want to share their secrets. And so it's really nice of you to always, you know, to want to share and build up other people around you, which I really like.
Well, I mean, I just look at it this way, like, if you're a successful person, if you believe in the success of other people, there's no reason to hide your secrets, because at the end of the day, it's your work ethic and it's your brain that's going to get you to be successful. So I'm never trying to stop other people from being successful, because I'm confident enough in my own success. And it does suck, because there are a lot of agencies out there that poach, you know, talent as soon as they get off a reality show, and then after a year, they chew them up, spit them out, and then they're like, what do I do? And they're off to fend for themselves, you know, and they're not getting any more deals at that point, because they've already been used up, washed up. They took any deal that was on the table from these agencies rather than being selective with the deals that they choose that fit their brand.
And that is so true. I luckily haven't dealt with any of this. I feel like everyone that has worked with me since the show has kind of stayed like in my corner, but I've heard a lot of stories from other people where it's like right when they get off and they're super relevant, then it's like, hey, I love you, let's work together, let's do this. And then fast forward a couple months, it's like, hey, like, it's like, I don't know what to do with you anymore. It's kind of like you're washed up. So I hear you.
Yeah. So there's a science behind it, but it is what it is.
Oh, are you calling us science experiments?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, the science, you know. You know.
No, I mean, I get it. You have to strike when the iron's hot and all that. But there's something to be said about, like, you know, cultivating relationships. And then also at the same time, as an influencer, something that, of course, I'm always trying to do is, I mean, I do have a backup plan for the long run, but for the meantime, like, I do want to work in social media and being an influencer as long as I can. So I also have to, you know, try to be creative and see how I can prolong my relevancy, if you will. So it is a science, my friend.
And there's ways to do it. I'll help you. Don't worry.
Thanks. Okay, so you had mentioned something a little bit about, like, in so many words, you kind of mentioned like internet trolls or dealing with the negativity on social media and whatnot. Yeah. How do you deal with negativity on social media?
Man, now you're gonna ask me to give away my secrets.
Oh, well, no, I'm not. Don't give away anything that you're making money on.
Honestly,
but like, I feel like there is a lot to be said about some people when they get out of reality TV. They either let the audience empower them, whether it's positive or negative. They just kind of run with it. But then there's some people that allow it to eat them up inside, and then they end up crashing.
Yeah. You know, I got a two-part answer to this. So first and foremost, you know, coming from background athletics, you always have to deal with like away games where you have the crowd that just hates you because you're on the other team, and that's
I can't relate.
You know, like it doesn't matter like who you are, how good you are. Like, you go to that opposing crowd, you got the fans there saying that they fucked your mother, fucked your sister, all this stuff.
I went to private
school. You know what I mean?
I went to Prestonwood Christian Academy. No one was fucking anyone's mom.
They would say it though.
They would say it though. It doesn't matter. They're doing whatever it takes. So I look at internet trolls.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but it prepared me for this because, you know, when I got off of Big Brother, like, there was a lot of criticism. I'm a controversial character. I like being controversial. I don't give a fuck. I believe that you need good with the bad, because the good people are going to be the people you focus on. That's the people who you feed and you nurture so that it becomes more. And then the negative people, the criticisms keep you humble to a certain extent, but you also got to understand that a lot of things come from a misunderstanding and a hate, and people don't really know who you are. So I just look at them like an away crowd, right? An away crowd motivates me to do better, but I never really listen to what they're saying. I listen to what the people who want me to succeed are saying, because that's ultimately how you fuel your success. And there's, you know, a little bit of method to the madness on my end where it's like I know how to poke the people who hate me, and I know how to make sure I get reactions out of them.
So you're
And
calling back.
Yeah, I mean, basically, anytime I'm putting stuff out there, especially on Twitter, because Twitter's just made for trolls, period.
Oh, Twitter is a
Like
bad place.
when I put stuff out there on Twitter, I'm purposely putting it out there for the people who love me to be like, fuck yeah, and for the people that hate me to be like, fuck you.
I'm not on Twitter. Twitter's
There's a method to the madness with that because ultimately they're playing my trolls and my haters are playing my game.
Yeah. Wow, you sound like a true Kardashian.
So that's just how I deal with it. And then
Paulie,
it is
I have
what it
to
is.
tell you though, okay. Because
A true Kardashian. I don't even know what that means.
No, okay. Well, because I didn't watch, because it's nothing against you. I didn't watch TV before I went on Big Brother. Now all of a sudden I'm a TV expert. Just watched my first season of The Bachelor. Now watching my first season of The Challenge.
I'm disappointed that you never watched any of my seasons.
I didn't.
I'm kidding.
So when you know, I didn't. So whenever you say all this, I'm like, I did not know that he was this controversial. I didn't know that I had a Kardashian live in studio. So thank you for joining us.
You know, look, I'm here. Look, people are either going to love me or they hate me, but they will never not have an opinion.
Paulie, I love you. And I guess it is different because I met the real you.
I feel like he's less Kardashian, more Scott Disick. I feel like Scott Disick's the controversial one.
Oh, wait, okay, so
I wish I knew these references. The only thing that no, like when you said when you were like you're kind of like a Kardashian character, I was like, my mother released a sex tape of me to make me famous.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. No, I'm kidding.
I love Anthony's subtle reactions in the background. He goes,
"Best thing to happen." Paulie, you do. Okay, I don't know if this is. I should have asked you this earlier when I called you. You do have an OnlyFans. Oh, is it a secret? Okay. Okay. I feel like I should stop talking. Nick told me that you bank on OnlyFans. I feel like I should stop. Okay, we're gonna stop.
Rewind.
I'm so sorry. Oh no. Hey,
I'll just say,
is there anything you don't want me to talk about?
If you want to be successful, you have to have multiple streams of income, and I like having 4 or 5 streams of income outside of reality TV.
Hey, there ain't.
You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to have that man Swaggy teach me the financial market so I can get my 6th stream of income.
For real, he's like killing it in the what's that called? Like the trading world? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Stock market,
yeah.
in this, I'm in finance, so that's
Anthony. I'm with you, bro. We're right here.
Okay. I never claimed to be. Well, I did claim to be in Mensa, but I'm not really in Mensa, y'all. Actually, having multiple streams of income is probably the smartest thing you can do. And I'm not hating on your OnlyFans. I think that's brilliant. Especially if you're making money off of it, you gotta get the ladies and the men what they want. So
I'll be honest. I think that's gonna become my 3rd stream of income.
Honestly, this is literally the stamp of approval that he needed. He already has the account. But you're also
Anthony,
but you're also on TikTok.
I mean, look, I like TikToks because I like to kind of just be goofy. Like nobody knows this about me, but it's like I started emceeing when I was 16, you know what I mean? And I had my own entertainment company. I was doing like bar and bat mitzvahs for like the highest of the high-end people in Manhattan, like Connecticut, where all I had to do is like dance for like 4 hours with a microphone and, get everybody to like get moving. So it's like,
have you officiate my wedding? I don't have a wedding planned, but you are.
Yo, I put it out there for Swaggy and Bailey. I was like, yo, if y'all need a good MC, your boy's here. I got you.
Oh my, that's so funny. Are you close with them?
Swaggy and Bailey?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've talked to them, and like I said, I talked to Swaggy about his, his business model. I was like, look, man, like I would love to learn, and if you need help with that, if I learn well enough, I could be somebody that teaches people in your classes and all that stuff. Yeah. So I'm excited to get started with it. Look, I just have I have a craving and a thirst for knowledge. You know what I mean? Like even in the fitness world, I'm always looking to learn new things and get new certifications. Like I'm learning, Italian, while we're here. Like
Why?
Because it's like, why not? I have so much time on my hands. Like, I might as well just
I didn't
brush up
realize
on
like
my
why
Italian and learn all this stuff.
That's so
You know,
Do you know Spanish?
like, no, I'll learn Spanish after I learn Italian.
I mean, I feel like you should learn Spanish first because so many people really.
No, I'm
Really?
Italian. I got to be able to go to my,
you are Italian.
my motherland essentially, and be able
I
to
guess
speak
Texas
the language
is
with it
different.
first.
Everyone speaks Spanish in Texas, and I really regret not actually learning Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to learn Spanish. I would love to learn Portuguese and French. So those are things on the thing. Like I took Italian and Latin when I was in high school because I thought I was going to be a lawyer and a politician, and then things change.
I'm not going to be a lawyer, but I will be a politician.
Yeah,
that's her backup job.
Paulie,
I was a political science major.
You could still be a politician.
Well, yeah, I know I can. It's just, do I want to?
It's a lot to put your family through.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm already getting a taste of it through reality TV world. So it's like I'm almost being prepared for something of that sense. But that's neither here nor there. First of all, I want to be a multi-millionaire first, and then we'll think about other things that I can do with that multi-millions.
First you start at the millionaire, then you go for the multi, then you go for the multi.
Exactly. You can't just stop at the multi. You got to go with the multi.
So, so you've been on Big Brother, X on the Beach, and also The Challenge.
Yes.
Which experience was your favorite of the three?
I mean, The Challenge is it's my favorite experience because, I mean, that's just kind of like, I just kind of feel like I was meant for it,
Mm-hmm.
Like I was
You are very challenging.
I was meant for like the mental aspect of it where it's like, I don't care about being locked away in a house. I look at everything like a mind game. I like influencing people in a game setting. I like politicking. I like competing. I like using mind game tactics in order to get in my opponent's head.
You are a politician.
That's it. I love the aspect of athletics that goes into it where it's like you can smack talk and it gets in somebody's head and it winds them up so much that they mess up on something that they shouldn't mess up on. Like, dang. I like the aspect of reading people and figuring out what pushes their buttons, what motivates them, what their weaknesses are, what their strengths are, and how to make that my own formula to get to the end.
Is that how you played Big Brother?
I played Big Brother that way, and then I got sloppy. But I learned from my mistake on Big Brother, which is what has translated to The Challenge so well, is that I'm a competitor, so I can defend myself. If I go into an elimination, I'm good at all kinds of them.
Yeah.
I can win daily challenges, but ultimately my thing, I love reading people and manipulating them in the game. So,
so say we're competitors. Say we're both on the challenge.
Yes. Okay.
You are reading me. How are you going to get in my head and beat me at the next competition?
How am I going to get in your head and beat you at the next competition?
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to go down that rabbit hole. We're friends, Kat. I'm not going to do that.
Come down the rabbit hole.
I'm not going to, no, because see, like when I do this is what everybody says. They're like, Paulie, read me, do this to me, do this to that. And then all of a sudden I start hitting them with ways that I would do it. And they're like, holy shit, you're a fucking asshole.
No, hit me. Wait. I actually really do. I feel like
You've got big hairy feet and it's really disgusting.
I don't.
Really do. I'm kidding.
No, I don't go in the sense of picking at people's insecurities. I kind of feel like that's a cheap tactic.
Yeah.
I go more for like what drives you, like what's a motivating force. If you've ever read the book How to Influence People and Win Friends in the Digital Age by Dale Carnegie, right? But also there's a book called Bargaining with the Devil, Negotiating with the Devil. It's from a Harvard arbitration professor, and it teaches you methods on how to read people, get what you want out of people without having to take low blows and make people insecure. I feel like that's like what a lot of my castmates do. They pick on people's insecurities. That's why most of them really don't know how to break me, because I have no insecurities, and they try to do things, but I know all of their insecurities, and I don't need to lower myself to their level. What?
Your eyebrows. They're messed up.
They could be.
Dang it. Everyone always, okay, no, my advice, okay, actually you have great eyebrows. No,
I appreciate that.
My tactic is, if you ever want to offend someone, offend their eyebrows. Because no one is 100% confident in their eyebrows. Prove me wrong.
You know, I feel like
Did you ever think about that?
I don't know
can't
that. I
tell
mean,
me.
I don't agree. I've never had any eyebrow issues.
Until now.
But I can understand,
You're going to
you
look in
know,
the mirror tonight and
people
you're
who
going to
get
look
their
at your
eyebrows
eyebrows and be like,
done.
what did she mean? Paulie, you've met your match.
That's it. I'm done. Stick a pin in me.
I'm kidding. Your eyebrows are great. I'm totally kidding. You could have yeah, they're fine. I was just trying to see if my tactic worked. But you brought up How to Win Friends and Influence People. So you've read that book?
Yeah, I mean, I was one of the top salespeople at Indeed.com in Manhattan,
Okay.
and that was one of the requirements while you were
No way.
getting onboarded. You had to read that book, and you had to read like the Little Red Book of Selling, the Little Black Book of Networking, and like all these little things. But a lot of things in my life has like helped me shape into who I am at this point.
I love that. I used to be the director of marketing for Dale Carnegie in Dallas, so I'm very familiar with the book. But okay, isn't it? I feel like that was like my tactic going into Big Brother. I feel like if you were to take that book, but a twisted version of it, that's how you win Big Brother and the challenge. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch your season
Oh,
to
I
the
wouldn't say
fullest
I
because
wouldn't say that I used those
we were
tactics.
we
I
were yeah. I was
abandoned
gonna say
everything they won.
I was gonna say the only memorable thing that I caught a clip of is like when you had like you were calling everybody conspired bitches.
Yeah,
And
they were all conspiring.
and I was like, oh man, I was like, that's the wrong environment. Big Brother's a different environment than the challenge. It's a pressure cooker. You know what I mean? So in order
Wait,
to
which
stay
one? Big
calm,
Brother or
cool,
the Challenge or
Big Brother, in order to stay calm, cool, and collected all the way to the end in Big Brother, truly is a skill. Because in the challenge, it's much easier to stay calm, cool, and collected because your weeks get broken up with challenge, elimination, night out, phone calls. Big Brother, there's none of that.
Wait,
You're
what do you mean
locked
phone
in.
calls?
You get to call somebody, from home.
No way! Every week?
Yeah, I mean, it's not for long, but there's phone calls. I mean, if you've watched past seasons of the challenge, you've seen there's scenes where like people get in trouble because they're overheard talking on the phone, to maybe girlfriends that are back home
Wait, why would they get in trouble?
because they're hooking up with somebody on the show saying that they don't have a girlfriend, and then they call the girlfriend back home or stuff like that.
I feel like there's some tea here that needs to be had.
I mean, it's already out there. It's already
This is my first time
aired.
watching the challenge. I don't know anything about it. Wait. So when you make the calls back home on the challenge, are they allowed to give you like inside information?
No, they can't. It's very monitored. Like, it's very strict. And even so, like, they don't know what's going on while you're filming. It's not like Big Brother where it's filmed live
Yeah. Oh,
and
that's
then
true.
all that stuff. So
That's
they
true.
have no idea what's going on. Even if they read spoiler sites, which is bullshit, by the way, and people should just stop spoiling the fucking
No,
challenge.
I'm unspoiled. Clearly, because I don't even know
Okay,
what's
good.
going on
Yeah.
at all. But I'm unspoiled, so don't tell me.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, like, even with that, if they're keeping up to date with that during the time period, like, they can't give you any tips because, like, you're just too monitored.
Crazy. So, after your experience on Big Brother, more like Big Brother and the challenge. I don't know. I don't think X on the Beach is really that like pressing of a show, but maybe I'm wrong. But what is the number one thing that you have learned about yourself that you kind of carry over into the real world?
So the one thing that I learned about myself, which is a lesson that I had mastered when I was younger, and when I was playing sports and all that stuff, is control the controllables, right? And also never let anybody see how they can get to you no matter what, right? And also when it comes to social aspects of things, when it comes to the game and all that stuff, just remember that it's a game, but there's also a social aspect, right? So being very mindful of how I speak to people.
Yeah.
On the show, because even though like I look at it like this is strictly a game, so anything that comes out of my mouth is strictly to blow up somebody's brain and like unravel them. You know,
Dang.
sometimes that
Paulie,
could be.
I don't know. I think I would have hated
Could be.
your house.
Sometimes it could be. You know, it could go a little far.
Okay, so I was gonna say. So I don't know. If we were on the same season of Big Brother, do you think we would have aligned?
So I think we would have aligned, and then the second that I saw that you may have been a liability, I would immediately cut you.
I'm not. First of all, I'm not a liability. I don't know if you know this, but I won the power of veto.
So so when I went on Big Brother, my whole strategy was to align with people who could win competitions but had no brains, and eliminate people who had brains, and also cut anybody who couldn't control their emotions. And even if it got to a point where I heard a little bit of, if it ever got back to me where it was like, hey, I heard this happened, I would sit back and I would observe, and then I would have conversations with the people. So like, for instance, if you came to me and you were like, Anthony said this about you, I wouldn't go up to Anthony and say, Kat told me this, you know.
Yeah.
Kat, I would just have a conversation. I would just have a conversation with Anthony and try and see if I could extract the information that you said from him without him understanding it. And if he gave away the information,
which is smart,
then I would know that you were telling the truth. But if he didn't give it away, then I would know that you were lying. So I would know to come back to you.
But Paulie, but what if he was keeping that information from you for a reason? So it's not that I'm lying. When it comes
to any of these games, it's all about minimizing risk, right? Yeah. So then you go into like risk factoring, right? So you weigh the option. You say, okay, Kat, Anthony, all right, what is the percentage that Kat's telling the truth versus Anthony telling the truth? Now let me factor in the percentage of what would be the blowback if I send Kat home versus Anthony going home.
Well, first
and
of
then
all,
you factor
I think
in those percentages.
I think I am a mental threat, so I mean I have that over Anthony, and then a physical threat. I'm kidding.
So, actually, I
actually think that Anthony would probably kill Big Brother. I think he'd be really good at it.
We'll
Paulie,
see.
how far did you make it on Big Brother?
I made it day 65 out of the 100. So I
made
was
it day 58.
So I was right after you.
So you got evicted like in Annalise's spot.
I was chilling. My problem was I won too many competitions too early. And then what happened was I had everybody trusting me essentially. And then they all had a conversation being like, man, I really love Paulie. And they're like, wait, I really love Paulie. And they're like, fuck, that's dangerous. We got to get this motherfucker out.
That's in so many words kind of what happened to me.
I tried to have everything too perfect and it just, which is
why
why on the challenge, I learned to just roll with a small group of people, right? And stick to that. And at the end of the day, I really don't have to worry too much about it because ultimately you can't get voted out. You could just get voted to an elimination and somebody has to take you out.
Yeah. And that's in the challenge.
Yes.
Yeah. Man, I'm just not very clutch. So I feel like I'd probably suck at that.
Have you been watching the challenge this season?
Yeah, I actually just put it out there, today that I just caught up on it.
Oh, so what are your thoughts? Well, actually, wait, Anthony first.
No, so I've never watched it consecutively. I've watched like seasons here and there with my cousins, but this is the first one they've done the Red Skull thing, right? Like where you want to get into elimination or purgatory, whatever it's called.
Paulie would thrive.
How do you feel about that? Hey, how do you feel about that? And how would you deal with it? Would you be like first in?
I love it. I have been begging for this type of twist every single season that I've been on. I loved War of the Worlds 1, where if people went down, they had to call somebody out, right? Because ultimately, I love the fact if somebody sends me down, well, I should have pick of the litter up top and be like, let's go. And if somebody's down there, it really shows who really are like the intimidating players, right? Because I mean, if you're open and somebody's down there and they don't pick you, that's respect to you.
Well, I mean, look
and
at this week with like CT. Everybody thought CT was going to smack Jay out, and
well, the thing about the challenge is, and this is what people don't realize, right? You never know what the elimination is until you get there. And there's a lot of things that factor into it. And it's not always physical, right? There's strategy, there's brain, there's puzzles, there's endurance, there's strength, like explosiveness, agility. It could be anything. And on any given night, any matchup could be whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
My thing with the Red Skulls is, you know, I would try and win as many dailies as possible, and I would try and minimize the amount of Red Skulls that are given out, because I believe the twist is if you don't have a Red Skull, you'd be eliminated. So
you can't run the final, yeah.
Right. So you can't run the final. So I mean, if I made it all the way to the end and there was 8 people without Red Skulls, that's 8 people getting purged right before a final. So I would try and have the least amount of Red Skulls got at, you know, ultimately, whether it meant keep repeating, sending people who are good in, you know, and have the matchups a certain way. But I would strategically place the matchups where if I was in control, you know, if I saw somebody who was down there who's bad at puzzles, I would put somebody good at puzzles against them to beat them, you know, and just like that. And if there was eliminations that I liked myself, I would just jump down and do it myself and try and win as many Red Skulls personally. Like if I ended the season with 5 Red Skulls, that means that like 5 people automatically got purged at the end.
Paulie, everything just came together for me and it clicked. Okay. Like literally I was like sitting here like, okay, so currently Jay, and again, this is my first challenge, so whatever. I'm not an expert. Okay, so currently Jay has 2 Red Skulls.
Yes.
So what you would be doing is you'd be putting Jay in every single week, letting him not.
No, I would not be putting Jay in. So Jay has 2 Red Skulls, right?
Yeah.
Jay already has 2 Red Skulls. I would put people from my alliance in.
Yeah.
Right? Or people that, you know, I just maybe liked, or people that maybe I wanted to run a final against, you know, because it's ultimately strategy, right?
No,
you could either go to the final with people.
I know you've been on the challenge, so you are an expert, but hear me out. Paulie, what if Jay, who has 2 Red Skulls, what if you just put him in every single week, let him knock people out? He's the one ranking up the Red Skulls. Then at the end, when there's he's literally just getting people out. And then at the finals, like the more people that have Red Skulls, the more people compete. So if you keep putting him in week after week, then there's less people with Red Skulls.
I understand that 100%. However, I have been a huge proponent ever since I went on the challenge of fuck the old system of throwing rookies in nonstop.
Yeah.
Because I don't like how people can sit back and play Mafia Boss. In my opinion, when I go on the show, I want the older people who have been there to prove themselves to me and prove themselves to the newer people. I don't like that rookies are used as the scapegoat so people can make it halfway through the season so that they can get their TV time, so that, you know, and then when people are gone, they go. I think Jay's a phenomenal competitor, right? I think that throwing him in constantly is a scapegoat. It's a scapegoat.
Then you get him out, but he already got week after week the Red Skulls that people could have been getting. If you throw in a different person every week, then that's another Red Skull every week. But if you throw in the same person,
it's a great idea, right? Like that's exactly what I just said. Send the same people down who have the Red Skulls. But my thing is, it's like if you have the opportunity to take shots at big players, you do it.
So you would throw in Johnny Bananas, basically.
I mean, I've already been there, done that. It's whatever. I would throw in whoever I felt was going to be coming after me, regardless of it. I don't like how it's too buddy this season. It's ultimately people are there to compete. You're competing for $1 million, right?
Yeah.
So you have to decide who is going to be the people who stay there, right? Yeah. So I don't know, but that's just me. I go there. I try to get in people's heads. You know, I try to mentally break them before they go down to an elimination, before a daily happens and all that stuff. But
Paulie, next time,
that's just me.
If it's insult their eyebrows, trust me.
The eyebrows don't work.
Yes, they do. Paulie, yes, they do.
You're in like a balance beam, like just trying to knock
be like,
someone
your
off.
eyebrows suck.
Your eyebrows are trash, bro.
Yeah, no, and also they're like, what? Like, no,
Yo,
it makes it
fix those eyebrows,
That is the
bro.
go-to.
Boom.
All right, I have one more question. Oh. It's an important challenge question. Was Jenny on your season?
Was who?
Jenny.
Jenny's the Amazing Race girl?
No, Jenny the other. Well, he's probably also interested in that Jenny, but the other Jenny, the Jenny that the badass Jenny. The Jenny that beat that Jenny.
Jenny, yeah, the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on last season with me.
What's she like?
Huh?
What's she like?
She's honestly a really nice person. She doesn't have a mean bone in her body. You know, like she can be, like you could be very mean to her, like, and she'll turn around and still be like, all right, I still love you. It's all good. It's just your opinion. She really is one of the nicest people.
I have a big fat crush on her.
Yeah, he's obsessed with her. And she also reposted the story of him fangirling over her. So
he would have a heart attack then, you know, if he saw her sunbathing, you know, in the European bikinis that she wears.
Anthony would be the first one out because he'd be the distracted one. Like
Anthony would go out there and be like, "Do you need any more lotion?"
Can I help you? Would
no,
you like
he would.
Anthony, what do you want me to do?
Anthony loves Jenny. I think she would. I don't know if you can handle Jenny.
She's a
sweetheart. I don't know if you can handle Jenny.
She's a sweetheart.
She's a badass.
She is a badass. The fact that she is too nice is also it can be used as a weakness, in the sense of if you pair her up against somebody that she really, really likes and is friends with, she will feel bad going against that person. Oh. You know what I mean? And that is a weakness. I mean, I was always taught you have no friends on the battlefield. You can be friends after the game. Friends. You can be friends before the game, but once you're there,
Paulie,
if you're going against that person, if you feel sorry for them, then they're going to beat you and then you lose.
Paulie, I'm sorry. You tell me that when we're like, okay, if we are ever both on Big Brother or both on the challenge, and you tell me that, I'll be like, Paulie, like, what the hell? We're friends.
Yo, I just keep it real. I don't understand. All these people get so upset whenever things happen in the game, and I'm like, guys, I tell you guys when we're there, like, I love you guys. I will protect you to the best of my ability if you're working with me, but ultimately it's me first. Because only one person can win the money.
That's how it's supposed to be. But okay, so on my season of Big Brother, our season was notorious where people would be like, "Oh, it's not personal, it's game." But then they would say something like, for lack of a better example, your eyebrows suck, but it's not personal, it's game. Like they would say the meanest things and then be like, "Oh, but it's not personal, it's game." But it's like, no, it's actually really personal. So are you saying that you're someone who can absolutely separate the difference between personal and game?
I can separate between personal and game. You know, I tell everybody, I'm like, look, when the light switch is on, the light switch is on. You don't want no parts of me. I'm a savage. But when the light switch is off, I'm chilling. You know, and there's moments where the light switch can get turned off when you're there. Like there's live, livable moments. You know, when the game's over, you know, win or lose, you congratulate, you know, whoever. If somebody beats you in the elimination, you shake their hand and you walk away. If you beat somebody in the elimination, if you don't like them, you tell them to fuck off. But if you like them, then you shake their hand and let them walk away. You know, if you win the whole thing, you know, congratulations. If you lose, congratulate the people who beat you. That's just how it is. Okay. That's just how it always was.
Wait, okay, so I have a question. Okay, so when you got evicted from Big Brother, did you or did you not hug everybody on your way out?
I did.
You did?
I hugged everybody. I even gave a...
That's so unlike you, Paulie.
Yeah, I mean, my game was over. I knew I was getting evicted.
Oh, I didn't hug any of those bitches.
No votes for me.
I hugged the person that voted for me, and I was out.
I even rolled up to the jury house expecting to be friends with everybody, and I rolled into a slaughter fest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that happened.
I rolled in being like, "Hey guys, I'm here," and everybody was like, "Fuck you, bitch!" And I was
that's
like,
that's how Christy showed up.
I was just gonna fuck myself. But I mean, and it's the same. Honestly, it's the same thing with the challenge. You know, like I showed up to this past reunion, And it was the same thing, you know, like everybody gets so riled up. And for some reason, I haven't done anything different than anybody's done. Everybody goes on the challenge and lies and backstabs and competes and talks shit and things happen, but yet everybody can forgive each other for doing it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to me doing it, everybody's just like, but it's different with him. He's actually a piece of shit. His character is this. And it's like,
Aw, Paulie, I
nah,
don't think you're a piece
it's
of
just
shit.
the game.
They're wrong about you. I'm kidding. I hate when people say that when they're like, you know what, they're wrong about you, and you're like, wait, what did they say?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not there to make friends. I'm not there to have my competitors like me. I'm there to win money. I'm there to do what I got to do in order to win money, right?
Yeah.
People can call me whatever they want. At the end of the day, I was loyal to anybody that I worked with last season. I brought them all to a final, whether they were on my team or not. You know what I mean? The season before that, there was no politicking needed. So I just won as many damn dailies as I could and kept myself safe. And when it was time for me to go into an elimination, I handled business. And that's just how you got to do it. This season, the format, I love the format. I love that it's individual. I love that people have to go into an elimination. I love that. You still see the fact that there's numbers and there's politics involved.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, if you want to politic, you're going to have to go into an elimination. And I love that aspect of things. If you can avoid it, go ahead. That just shows that you have the political prowess to do it. If not, fucking handle business. So I'm all about people going and getting in the carnage down there. So let's fucking go.
So, okay. First of all, Paulie, I think you're great. So I don't know
First of all,
who
Paulie,
are, but whatever. But
I don't have haters. I have undercover fans, Kat. Come on. I have undercover
haters
fans.
are really just fans. They're still following you. They're still, even when, my favorite is whenever the haters like come at me in the comments and then they just like keep going. I'm like, y'all, like you're helping my engagement right now. So thank you. But side note, who has been your favorite person?
Hashtag facts.
Do it. Oh yeah, I know. Facts. Who's been your
facts.
favorite person that you've competed on the challenge with?
My favorite person? I mean, it depends which way you look at it, right? Turbo's one of my favorite people. I loved him from the get-go. I honestly, I really loved all the girls that I've worked with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, like I mean, like honestly, but it's like I've literally I created an alliance last season with all the, in my opinion, strongest girls there. You know what I mean? So like Cam, Cara, Ashley, Ninja, D, Kaylee, and I tried to do what was best for a lot of people. Did I make mistakes? I think there were times where I made mistakes. Once it got close to the end, I should have been a little bit more selfish with certain decisions. But ultimately, I was relying on myself and my belief in my team and myself to do everything. So, but Turbo's definitely my favorite person that I've encountered. Other than like Kaylee's my best friend, like from the show. Like everybody knows Kaylee's that's my girl, right? That's my ride or die chick. I've loved all the Big Brother people that I've been with on the show, minus one.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Now from a competitive standpoint, I love having people like Theo and Jordan on the show because it makes it fun to go against people who are fucking good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not fun. Like, I tried to have a rival, you know, like, have some fun with stuff. And, like, you know, everybody wants to be my rival. But ultimately, I don't want to be rivals with people who suck. You know, I like going against people like Theo, people like Jordan, because whether we are on the same side in the game or not, we're going at each other's throats. And afterwards, we're just going to call it what it is. And we're going to be like, yo, that was a fucking good game. Well done. Like athletes do. And that's how I want it to be every single time. I want the best athletes there. I want the best competitors there. I want people going at each other's throats in a savage way when you're there. And then when the game's done, everybody just drops it. You shake hands. You're cool with each other. You say, damn, that was a good game. You fucking got me there. And even when you're watching it back and you see the fucking interviews, don't be a butthurt little fucking, oh my God. Like, nothing, because when I watch back the shows that I've been on, I laugh at the entire thing. Like, even if the interview is somebody being like, that motherfucker, Paulie, I hate him and fucking blah, 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 blah. I'm laughing because it's entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that people start to take things so personally once they watch it back, because it's like, yo, you were there. You had a chance to do something about it and you didn't. And if you get the chance to go on multiple seasons, if you're upset about something, you had the chance to do something about it next season. So why the fuck are you going to cry like a little baby on social media just because, oh, I got eliminated? Or like, oh man, somebody said something bad in an interview.
You cry about
Nah, it's like,
First
it's
of all,
just,
I'm a badass.
my thing,
I'm a badass bitch.
kidding.
you know.
Wait, so Paulie.
That's just what it is.
So, I was gonna ask you. Okay, so actually, better question. I just thought of this. Okay, who are 3 former Big Brother players, whether they've competed on the challenge before or have not competed on the challenge, just in general? Who are 3 Big Brother house guests that you would want to have on your team on the challenge? And again, it doesn't matter if they've been on the challenge, just in general.
I mean, shit, I'm looking at the CBS rookies that are on this season being like, I would have had some fun rolling with them.
Yeah, they're tough.
I mean, I would have loved to see how these rookies would have competed against, like, you know, once again, people like Theo, myself, Turbo, Georgia, Cara, you know, people who are like, you know, very good at dailies, very good at eliminations, very good at politicking. You know, have the opportunity to make it to the end and win anytime they're on. I would love to see how these people stacked up to them, because from a viewing standpoint, they look very impressive, right? But you never know until you get there. Like, for instance, I mean, I always thought all these people were like phenomenal, you know, until I showed up there and I'm like, well, you're really not that fucking good. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. You don't know until you get there.
People I will say, people are a lot bigger on TV, so maybe that's it. Maybe they like look like more like tough.
I mean, it's not just that. It's just, you know, you don't know. Like, just watching something, you don't know how fast somebody is. You don't know how strong somebody is. You only see the perception of how fast and how strong they are.
That's true.
So until you get there and you compete in a daily and you're like, oh shit, I smoked these people. Or you go into an elimination with somebody who, like, you know, should never lose, and you fucking smoke that person. You're like, oh, damn. You know?
Not to brag, but when I did the Caitlin Herman veto, I smoked the competition.
It's all relational.
But it was insane. Okay, but yeah.
It's all relational. Like, it depends who they were up against, what the comp was. Like, there's too many factors.
100%. And that's why, like, you have to be well-rounded. You know, because it's like, I mean, look, like, I thought I was as prepared as I could have been for the final that I ran, right? But I prepared myself to run, because I'm a fucking runner, and I've just run for days, right? Never in a million years did I think I was gonna have to carry shit for a long fucking period of time, and that I couldn't handle it. But you learn from it. You come off the show. You train. You do what you got to do. You fix your mistakes. You reflect on things that you did politically, things that could have went differently, and you go back better, you know, and that's it. I mean, like, you know, am I gonna ever underestimate a final again? Fucking never.
Yeah.
You'll never catch me slipping again.
Once you slip, or it's like, I think it's once you get complacent, that's when you lose. When you're green, you grow, and when you're ripe, you rot.
When you're ripe, you rot?
Yeah, okay. No, okay, so like a banana.
When you were ripe, you get eaten.
The banana like has longevity.
Very specific.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, take this as you will. This is what they learned. This is what they taught me in pageants. When you're green, you grow. Like a banana, for instance. Like a green banana is going to live longer than a ripe banana. Because when you're green,
I see your point now.
You grow. When you're ripe, you just
basically,
rot,
if you have the
dead.
choice to be a banana, you want to be the green one over the yellow one.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the takeaway point that we can go with this pitch. So make sure you tell your children that.
It's not supposed to be inspirational. It's just literally grocery shopping.
Yep.
Wait, so Paulie, I have to say, before I ask my next question, it's 9 o'clock. So sometimes it cuts off at the hour, sometimes it doesn't. I do have another question for you, but if it cuts off, then...
I added you on IG, bro.
Yeah, he did.
I got you, bro. I had you back.
What was my other question? Dang it, what was it? Okay. Are you spoiled? Are you spoiled this season? Like, do you know who won?
I'm not going to give out that information.
Well,
whether
no,
I
okay, well,
whether I do or
if you're
don't,
not,
it's not, it's not cool.
Okay, well then, can I tell you who I think? Okay, don't give any face expressions. Can I tell you who I think is going to place the highest this season out of the Big Brother candidates? Again, I'm not spoiled, so I don't know.
Place the highest out of the Big Brother candidates. Okay.
Okay, so I have a theory that literally nothing backs this up other than what I think. I think that Bailey's going to finish really high, and I also think that Fessy's going to finish really high. I think Fessy. They've been performing top 3 for sure.
They've been performing very well. I like I said, I would really love to play against these people or play with these people just so I could see exactly how good they are.
Yeah.
And I've got love for them. Like I talk to them all the time. Like
don't
tell me my Big Brother fan.
Don't text me if I'm right or wrong. I want to remain unspoiled.
I'm not saying shit.
Okay. Okay, and then last question. Are you ready for our rap battle?
Let's do it. You first, go.
Okay, so we will. Okay, if you want, we can have a.
You don't know my password.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She just pulled up my phone and goes in there like she knows my password.
Okay, we can do a if you want to do a
the
backtrack.
Audacity.
We'll do a backtrack.
Let
me know.
The audacity. Anthony, you didn't pick up on that one?
Yeah.
I got you.
The audacity.
Audacity.
Okay, hold on. Where's your
audacity? The audacity.
Okay, so did you want to go first?
Are you going into my search history?
No, I said you go first. Go.
Hold on. Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
It's empty.
I literally went to Safari and look at when it pulled up right away.
I was thinking about making
unbelievable, Anthony.
Oh my gosh.
It's empty. It's never been logged in.
Ladies, oh my god, Anthony has an OnlyFans.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, go subscribe to Anthony's OnlyFans.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Or my private Snapchat account.
Look at all the ladies. Look at all the thirsty ladies in here. Okay, wait. So do you want to go first or should I?
You go first.
Okay, so it's okay, so I'm gonna do bottoms up.
Are you reading the lyrics?
I'm trying. Yes. No. I'm trying to find. Wait, how bottoms? I'm gonna do. Okay, bottoms up.
She is shook by what she just found on my website.
Okay, just play bottoms up. Damn it. Okay, hold on. But speed it up to like the. Can I get that trunk? Can I get that henny? Can I get that? Okay, because this is about to go down. I'm so excited. This isn't it though. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, hold on.
It's playing.
Okay, are you ready? But you have to go to the part that's like, can I get that trunk? Can I get that henny? Can I get that?
Hold up. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, okay. Give me like, oh wait. We gotta like team me up. This is what I'm trying. Come on. Can I get that trunk? Can I get that henny? Can I get that coke? Can I get that lemon? Can I get that margarita? Can I get salt around that tray? I was like, yo, Trey, do you think you can buy me a bottle of rosé? Okay, let's get it now. I'm the bag of cheese to this bed. I'm the keys to the bed. Keys to the bed. No, keys to the bed. I already forgot. Wait, hold on. I was gonna keep going. Anyways, that's all I got. But the first part was good. Can I get that trunk? Can I get the henny? Can I get the cook? Can I get that ready? I've been practicing it.
Huh?
I've been practicing.
Okay, that's good.
So what do you got?
Let's see. I don't know.
I got you.
I'll just go off my head. Hold on. Wait.
Oh, I need a backtrack.
Wait. Look while he stands tough. Notice that this man did not have his hands up. This free world's got you gassed up. Now who's afraid of the big bad war? 1, 2, 3 to the 4. 1 pot, 2 pot, 3 pot, 4.
Yes!
4 pot, 3 pot, 2 pot, 1. I'm pot, he's pot, your pot, none. This guy ain't no motherfucking MC. I know everything he's got to say against me. I am white. I am a fucking bum. I do live in a trailer with my mom.
Do you?
My boy Future is an Uncle Tom. I did get jumped by all 6 of you chumps. And Wayne did fuck my girl. I'm still standing here screaming, fuck the free world. Don't ever try and judge me,
Censor
dude.
people.
You don't know what the fuck
And
I've
the
been
winner
through. But I know something about you. You went to
Paulie.
Cranbrook,
Paulie.
like a private
Paulie's
school.
the winner.
It's because Paulie
What's the
has.
matter, girl? You
No,
embarrassed?
Okay.
This guy's a gangster.
Well, Paulie,
His real name's
he
Clarence.
was spitting
And
bars.
Clarence lives at home
on
with both
the pillow.
parents.
Well,
And
I was
Clarence
talking
can't-
faster.
Am I done?
Paulie, you won, bro.
I won.
You
That's
won.
it.
Honestly, I feel like we should have rap battles.
It's a rap
After
battle.
that,
Yeah, I can practice.
Okay, practice,
everyone
go.
says Paulie wins. Dang it, people. Oh, okay. I'll have to practice that Nicki Minaj. No, I'm going to practice the Bubba Sparks or whatever it is. Is that Sparks? Who's that one that we're talking about?
Is that the one? Boo?
Busta Rhymes, whatever. I'm gonna-
Busta Rhymes. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to practice that, and then I'll come at you with that. I'll challenge you over Instagram story, if you will.
no, TikTok. You're welcome.
I will challenge you over TikTok,
You're
my
welcome.
friend.
Come on.
Challenge accepted.
For not being famous,
But I'm going to insult your eyebrows before to get in your head.
you gotta work that in on the lyrics.
Duh. Obviously.
So funny. All right. Well, Paulie, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thanks for talking with me about Big Brother, the challenge, also rap battling with me.
Hey,
That was a good end.
thank you.
was.
Thank you for having me on here. I'm happy I got to meet Anthony.
Hey.
I've always loved you, Kat. You're always awesome. But
You're awesome.
thank you for having me.
It's nice to meet you, man.
Yay. Next time we're
Nice to
having
meet
a
you,
dance off.
You don't
I
want
wouldn't
those
then-
problems,
I wouldn't
Kat.
dance off.
I already danced you off in Vegas. I whooped your ass.
I was drunk. You did?
Fair
We
enough.
had a dance off in Vegas?
I always have dance offs wherever I go. I murder dance floors.
I feel like I didn't think I was
Murdered
drunk.
them.
Maybe I was because I don't remember that. But I believe you. Sounds like something that would happen to me. All right. Bye, Paulie. You're the best.
All right, later.
Man.
Peace out.